Hey guys, welcome back to another AFL fantasy video. Thanks so much for all the support on my last video. I really appreciate it. And in the comments down below, just leave a comment if you want to see anything else, like in future videos, and I'll make sure to have a look at them. So today in this video, I'll be discussing my predicted best 22. So this is kind of the team you want to have at the end of the season. You're aiming to have at the end of the season. So let's get into the defenders. So D1, I've got Jake Lloyd. I think that with the new kick-in rule, I think he'll benefit from that and probably overtake Laird as the #1 defender. I think we'll go close to about 110 this year, so he's pretty much a must-have to start the season. Got Laird, D2. I think he'll maintain his average around 107 this year. Smith coming in, I'm not too concerned about it, but yeah, I think he'll be D2. Number 3, Whitfield. With Williams coming back in, I don't think it'll affect him too much, but it will take a few points off him. So I think he'll have an average around 100. Then I got Witherden and Blakely. These two young guns. Anything is possible this year. Personally, I've got them both in my starting side. I think they're greatly underpriced and their average will rise. Rounded out D6, I've got Sicily. You never know what you're going to get with Sick Dog. So, yeah, take a punt on him if you want, but it's quite risky. I think he's more of an upgrade target. Then I got Simpson and Newman, D7 and D8. Just chucked them in there. I think they'll probably take a bit of Doherty's role, but Simpson's getting a bit old now, and we don't really know Newman. We'll have to see throughout the JLT, but he could be quite a handy pickup. All right, let's get into the midfield. So at M1, I've got Jackson McRae. I think he had a great season last year, and without Mitchell, I think he'll be the #1 scorer in AFL fantasy. He's a really great captaincy option, and I think you have to have him. M2, I've got Zach Merritt. There's been some speculations about an injury during the preseason, but hopefully he can go back to his 2016 days and getting 120, 115 every week. M3, Paddy Cripps. Well, Cripper this preseason has been going really well, so I think anything can happen. Fingers crossed he gets through injury free and hopefully averages around 115. Josh Kelly, got there. Sky's the limit for this bloke. He's crazy. He can rack it up so easily. So you just never know with him. Taylor Adams. Roy's convinced me that he'll be Collingwood's #1 scorer in their midfield. I've got him in my team currently, and I think he'll probably be the M5 this year overall. Matt Crouch, M6. He's so consistent. So if you have this guy on your team, you just know what you're going to get week in, week out. He's a really great pickup. So he's worth starting with as well. Lockie Neal. Now he's gone to Brisbane this year. I think that hopefully he can go back to his Fremantle days when he was scoring really well, and I think he can make his way back into the top 8 midfielders this year. And rounding out the top 8, I've got Cornelio. Now, just a gut feeling with this one, I think him and Kelly really push their averages this year, and they can make a mark on the competition, those two. Then I've got Oliver and Brayshaw, 9 and 10. I've just chucked them in there. It's really hard to leave them both out, but there's just not enough spaces, is there? So there's also like the likes of Beams and Yo and Seb Ross, all these quality picks that I just couldn't quite fit in. Moving on to the rucks now. R1, quite simple, Brodie Grundy. He's going to be the top scoring ruckman this year without a doubt. So it's just the fact that if you want to pay up to start with him. R2 at this stage, I've gone with Gawn. Possibly could be either Martin or Westhoff come in to take that spot off him. Seeing if Bruce plays, we're not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see throughout the JLT what happens with that. But I wouldn't be starting with him in Classic anyway. I think he's probably either an upgrade target, because I think he might drop a bit in price, or most people are just at their R2 slot trying to find some value there. Alright, now we've got the forwards. So this year there's about 10 forwards that you can throw a blanket over and say they could all make the top 6. So it was really hard choosing these and ordering these players, but let's get into it. So Dangerfield F1, lock it in. He'll go 110 plus, I reckon, and I think he'll overtake Smith as the number one forward this year. Smith still be number two though. I just think he'll drop off a tiny bit because there's some players coming into the Essendon midfield. I think he'll slightly get a little bit less midfield time, but his tackling is always high, so it'll help him out, and he'll still be a really great pick. F3 Dunkley, I think he's underpriced. He'll have a big season. Some people are saying with the inclusion of Libba back into the team that he'll have less midfield time. I'm slightly worried about it, but I'm backing him in. I think he'll be the top three forward. Menegola, I wouldn't be starting with him. More of an upgrade target, but I think he'll be the F4 this year. So yeah, look to get him throughout the season. Here we go, Wingard and Warple. 5 and 6, I think they're slightly risky. Well, they are risky, but I'm backing them in. I actually have the guts. I'm going to start both of them at this stage in my classic team. I just think they can push for an average of 100. I don't know why, but I just really like it. And yeah, they're pushing out Heaney and Kelly, who are two very great picks as well. Can't believe Heaney's not even in the top 6, but just give you a quick update on where my team's at. I've just gone Laird down to Witherden and Williams up to Blakely. More of a guns and rookies approach in the back line. And then I've gone Crouch down to Hanbury, who's a bit cheaper. I think he'll produce the same scores, so I'm not really sure with that yet. But also I've just swapped around some rookies. So thanks for watching today's video. I've gone through my predicted best 22. So for each line at the end of the year, I've gone through who I think will be the highest averaging players and who aiming to have sort of in the last few rounds of the season. One last thing, I'm going to leave my Twitter in the description down below. Send me a screenshot of your teams, direct message me and send me a screenshot of your teams, and I'll compile a video of all the teams that I get, and I'll be going through and reviewing your teams and seeing what you've done well, where you can improve, and my overall view on them. So leave a comment down below of any other ideas you might have. Subscribe to my YouTube and send me your teams. So see ya. See you in the next one.